How are we doing, guys? I've just let the call fill up a little bit. I'll wait for Emma to join and then we'll get started. So let me just share the video as well. Get sharing, do what you need to do. I'm just going to share it now in one of my groups. Hi guys, how are we doing? So wait for the call to fill up. Let me know where you're from, where you're listening in from. I'll wait for Emma to join and then we'll get going. Let me just share this in the group. Where are we all from, guys? Where are we calling from? Let's show us where you are in the country. Very excited. This is going to be amazing, this call. Absolutely buzzing. We'll just wait for Emma to join as well, and then we'll get going. Share on a page. There we go. Brilliant. Where you from, guys? Let us know where you're from. Emma, for some reason, Emma, it says I can't invite this guest. Not sure why that is. That's a bit strange. I seem to be able to invite most people, but not you, Emma. Hopefully it works, fingers crossed. It says inviting, so hopefully you should be on in 2 seconds, guys, and we'll crack on. We'll get going. Hey, here she is. Amazing. I didn't think it would work. I didn't think it would work. Me and technology just don't get on.
It's because I normally have my phone horizontally and you've got yours vertically, so that's where we all went a bit.
Right. Okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Doesn't matter.
But you're on, which is the main thing. Amazing. Well, first of all, Emma, thank you so much for taking your time out this evening to come on the call. There's a lot of people since I announced it this morning. Very excited to just, I suppose, hear your story, you know, how you've done it, and just a bit about yourself and your background. And, you know, and for me, knowing you for the 4 years that you've been doing this, being my, you know, one of my uplines and my mentors,
yeah.
I just think your story is absolutely incredible and very inspiring. So welcome. So let's introduce you, I suppose. Tell everyone a bit about yourself, you know, your background, and, you know, how you got in a position where you found this opportunity.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Thanks. Hi, everyone. And thanks for joining on the call. I'm going to do my best to look at the camera, because when I look at the screen, it looks like I'm looking up at the sky, which is really weird. So thanks for joining on the call. Yeah, so my story, I guess, in a nutshell is, when I came across this business opportunity, I was a 36-year-old, busy working mum. I had a corporate job. I was working really long hours, really stressed a lot of the time. I used to work about 100 hours a week, like as a minimum. Really crazy hours, considering I've got, you know, 3 kids as well. I've had a really crazy, busy life, and it was exhausting, but it's no different to what an awful lot of people out there are doing all the time. And it's just, you're on this kind of treadmill all the time of, you know, go to work, sort the kids out, come home, sort the kids out again, get up in the morning, and it's like Groundhog Day. You do it over and over. And I was just getting to the point where I felt really dissatisfied, if that makes sense. I was just like, I couldn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I was 36 years old, and I was really aware of the fact that although there was promotional opportunities in the career that I had, they were quite limited. You know, in a lot of careers, the further up the ladder that you go, the more limited the opportunity gets for most people, because there's less and less positions for more and more people, right? So I was working really hard, but I wasn't really getting the recognition, I guess, and the progression through that company that I wanted to, and it was getting really frustrating. But I also, as a mum and as a grown-up, I had responsibilities, bills to pay, so you can't just up sticks very easily and start something new. So I always was looking kind of in the background for something that would change our lives. I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I'd never heard of it, but I did know that I didn't want to do what I was doing for the next 30 years. You know, I was 36 then, and I think that in our generation, the retirement age is not going to be 65 or 60 or whatever. It's going to be much, much older than that. And I just couldn't do Groundhog Day anymore. I had enough. And I came across this opportunity through the product. First of all, I absolutely fell in love with the product, gave me my energy levels back. I absolutely it was just a no-brainer for me to take the product. You know, we're going to talk, I'll think a little bit about that in a minute. But for me, the product gave me my energy levels back. And when I discovered that there was an opportunity to build a business part-time around my kids, around my job, in the little bits of minutes of the day here and there, it just totally made sense to me. And now I think, you know, we're in a massively privileged position where we can just offer that opportunity to do this in a small way or a massive way, whichever you choose, to everybody that we come across. So in the last 4 years, it's been completely life-changing for me. But I've gone from knackered corporate mum to, you know, grumpy, grey skinned with very little kind of to look forward to. And I wasn't unhappy, Scott, like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't miserable with nice house and nice car, but never had enough time together, never had any time to spend with the kids. I never used to see my children because I would drop them off at nursery at half seven in the morning and pick them up at 6 o'clock at night. So you got, if you're a parent, you'll know what I mean, the rubbish end of the day. They put your shoes on, put your shoes on, put your shoes on, we're going to be late, we're going to be late. That was the morning. And the evening was like throw some tea into them, throw them in the bath and then into bed. And I think that's a really common situation for the vast majority of working parents. So I just didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you had a great job in terms of, you know, what you achieved, and financially you were in a great position, but you were just missing the things that you've just said. And I think a lot of people on the call, 150 people on the call, you know, there are probably lots of people who will watch this call, probably thousands, that can relate to that. You know, they've got a job, they work their asses off, they don't spend time with their kids, but they're missing those few things. But unlike you and I, most people are scared to do anything about it. So you took a decision, you found the products, then you've seen the business opportunity. So my next question to you, Emma, is why network marketing? Because I didn't know when I joined anything about network marketing, and I was very skeptical. But why network marketing compared to the corporate, you know, the corporate world?
I honestly think at the beginning of this journey for everybody, it's a little bit of a feel like you don't really know anything about it. And sometimes we have preconceived ideas. We might have heard something, we might have seen something, we might have even tried one or two things. But it's quite, people don't like to take risk, and especially when you're a parent and a provider, it's difficult to take risks in your life because other people are relying on you. You know, your kids are relying on you to feed them, clothe them, and you have this massive responsibility to fulfill as a parent. And actually, the network marketing business, for a number of reasons, I absolutely love it. One of them is because it fits around all of those other responsibilities, so you don't have to take any risk. In our companies especially, there is no risk involved in what we do. It's a very low entry point in terms of the financial investment is tiny, and that really appealed to me because when you've got responsibilities, it's not that easy to just make a big, what I would perceive normally to be a leap of faith, maybe starting a new job. But look at, and this is something I'd really encourage people to do anyway, is really look at the way that the world is going, the way that industry is going. The way I've got a 19-year-old daughter who, you know, every job that she's looking for, it's 0 hours contracts. There's no stability there. It's all like, we'll call you when we need you. And, you know, that's really, really unsettling. And even 20 years ago, when I was looking for work, it wasn't as unsettling as that. These days, there's literally no security in a job situation really anymore. You know, you can get made redundant at the drop of a hat. Your company can close at the drop of a hat. What we tend to do as we grow up is we put all of our eggs into somebody else's basket. We put all of our opportunity to earn, opportunity to learn, opportunity to build into the basket of somebody else's control. Like, can you get more hours? What you get paid? You don't have any control over that. In network marketing, in our industry, that's where you start to take control, even if it's only in a small way at first, of your financial independence, of your security, of your future. You know, this company particularly it's a 40-year-old company. It's a almost 30-year-old product. There's people in our business who've been doing this business for years and years and years, and they have, you know, furrowed the path for us to follow, literally to come on down behind them. And you've got people to learn from, people to grow from. So the number one thing is that I think the way that the world is going, we have to, each of us, take control of our own financial future. I don't think it's sensible these days to assume that in our old age, someone else is going to look after us, to assume that there's going to be money there for our kids, that there's going to be security there in any job that you've got. Interestingly, when I left my full-time career, the following month, they were making people redundant. So if I hadn't made a decision already, who knows where I would be now? So it's about taking responsibility for your own life and doing it today. You know, what are people waiting for? And this industry gives you that opportunity to just create something, however big you choose is up to you, but to create something that is for you, a legacy that you can leave behind for your family, a business that means that you are in control of your own financial future, you're in control of what you do, who you do it with, how long you do it for, and all of those things. And it's just such a better way to build a business. And the fact that there is no risk and you can do it initially, and we both did, alongside your full-time job. So this starts out as an additional thing, and then if you do it right, it starts to grow and grow, and eventually it overtakes it if you choose it to. But it's just a great way for a normal human being, a normal person, to create either an additional income or a totally different alternative life for yourself. So I've never found anything that comes close to how good this is.
Yeah, I think it's so important that, you know, you stress, you know, especially, you know, yourself, although, which we'll go on in a bit about, you know, you joining the elite members club, Millionaires members club. We initially joined part-time to earn, for me, it was £100 a month. That's all I wanted. And that would have gone a long, long way for me. I had no idea about network marketing or the power of it until, you know, I learned more and I seen more, and I traveled the world and met more people that have been doing, like you said, 15, 20 years. And now I suppose it's our job to show people in the business, people that are watching, people that might be interested, to show them the power of it. You know, we're just normal people from totally different backgrounds, but saw an opportunity. Might not have been straight away, but we saw it and we went for it. So yeah, it's really important that, yes, it is a part-time thing, but you can work it around your job, your kids, your family, you know, absolutely everything. It can be done in the nooks and crannies of the day, as you said. So moving on from that, Emma, why the Juice Plus company, and, you know, what's so special about it?
Oh, how long have we got?
I know, yeah.
I absolutely, you know how much I love this company, and I think that, you know, I've worked in many different corporate environments. I've worked in many different companies, and this is just another level of the support that you get. The product itself, let's start with that. So for me, if you're looking at this industry at all, or this business, you've got to look at certain fundamentals before you decide to do something with your life. The fundamental thing I would decide is to do something. And then if you're looking at network marketing, you've got to look at things like, what is the product? So this product is an absolute no-brainer. Everybody needs better nutrition. Everybody needs better health. Nobody eats enough fruit and vegetables. Nobody's eating the right food. So we can help people with that. The product is, for me, is just a no-brainer. The second part of that is, so what's your audience? Your audience is in the Juice Plus company is everybody. You know, I always say, from womb to tomb, from no teeth to no teeth, everybody's looking for better nutrition, longer life, better life. It's all very well living forever, but who wants to live forever if you're not feeling great and looking great? And we can help people to look good and feel great all at the same time. So for me, the product is really, really, really important. You've got to have a passion for whatever it is that you're doing in life. So find a passion for the product. And with the Juice Plus company, I've just literally fell in love with it, because I went from absolutely totally knackered, falling asleep at 7 o'clock, to staying up till midnight. My husband going like, are we ever going to bed, or what's happening? So for me, the product, absolutely incredible. It's incredibly important part of what we do, that I can recommend this product hand on heart to absolutely anybody that I come into contact with. So the Juice Plus company for me is, number one, it's the product, but number two is the people. So there is nothing like being surrounded by a group of really supportive people. Now, you get supported in this business whether you're just starting out, whether you've been doing it for ages but you're only doing it in a little way, or whether you want to take this on board and really run with it in a massive way. The level of support that you get from this company is the same. You're treated the same, and you're surrounded by, from a corporate point of view, people who have got your back 100%. The people for whom their distributors are the most important people in the company, are the people who are out there recommending the product. The people in the corporate office, you know, the people that run the company, have been around, pretty much all of them, for over 10 years. So you've got that longevity, you've got that security, and that starts to take away some of the risk, which is the reason why people are skeptical. And then the other part of it is the team that, you know, that we are as a Juice Plus group of people. I know it sounds dead cheesy, but we say like we're like a family, and I genuinely, hand on heart, I'm 40 years old, right? I don't say trite things. I genuinely feel close, like a family, to the vast majority of the people that I have the pleasure to work with, whether they're close to me in terms of the people that I work with every day or people that I see a couple of times a year. I've never honestly found an environment like this one for the support that you get on all of those different levels. There's no competitiveness, there's no jealousy, there's no agenda. There's just everybody walking backwards and everybody helping everybody else, and it's just a positive, uplifting, amazing environment to be involved in. I just couldn't fault it in any way. You know, the Juice Plus company, for me, there's just nothing on the planet like it.
And if you compare it to the corporate world, especially, you know, like you said in your job, it's like the complete opposite end of the spectrum, isn't it? Yeah. You know, it's so different. And for me, like you said, you're involved in something that's way bigger than yourself. I suppose that's the best way I can describe it. It's just, you know, it's changing people's lives, you know, whether it's directly or indirectly, all over the world, because, you know, we're in 28 different countries and it's growing so quick. So when you look at it on that sort of scale...
Sorry to interrupt you. Somebody said to me right at the beginning of my journey, sort of in my first year, it was Gordon Hester, actually, who's a real big influencer in my business, and he has been involved, if not in the business, been around the business for many years. And he said to me, about 7 or 8 months into my business, and it had really grown fast, and he just said to me, you will impact the lives of hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, most of whom you'll never even meet. Some of them will say thank you, some of them you will know, but through what we do and the way that we do it, which is basically word of mouth marketing, love the product, tell other people, love the business, tell other people, and guess what? People will tell other people. It's a real ripple effect. So that really was like, wow, I wasn't impacting people in what I was doing before. I was putting food on the table and a roof over our heads, and maybe a little bit of ego involved in that, in terms of I was good at what I did. This is totally different. This is about helping people to create their best life for themselves, and along the way you create your best life for yourself. I don't know anywhere else where you get to do both of those things at the same time.
No, especially, you know, there is a few corporate jobs where you get to help people, you know, nurses, doctors, all that sort of stuff, you know, firemen, and which is amazing. But what determines our success in this industry, especially with our company, is a result of how many people we've helped, whether it's through health benefits through the product or through financial gain or wealth through the business. And, you know, that's special in itself. So moving on, Emma, £100 a month. I know yours wasn't too different. That was your initial goals. 4 years in, or, you know, just over or just under, you've recently joined the Elite Millionaires Club member, which is, you know, incredible. Let's show Emma some love on this. Press the heart button. You know, that's an amazing feat in 4 years. And I've known you for that amount of time, and I know your passion, you know, your drive, you're motivated, you love helping people, you know, you're one of the most inspirational women I've ever met. Let's give some tips, I suppose. Tell people how you did it.
So yeah, very much like it's kind of mind-boggling, really, because it was never about that for me. It was never about you know, at the beginning, certainly it was never about that. I never understood that was even possible, to be honest. I mean, you guys have got way more information about this, even just through this call, than I had at the beginning. I just knew a guy who I trusted, you know, John Hallotti, a lot of you will know him. I trusted him. He said he had a business opportunity for me. I told him I didn't have time, which I truly believed. I was very wrong, by the way. At 100 hours a week, I thought I didn't have time, but I was, you know, you definitely have time to do it no matter what you've got going on. But I thought if I could earn £200 a month part-time, I was going to save it up for Christmas. That was my absolute reason, in terms of from a financial point of view, for joining the business at the beginning. I was doing it anyway. I was recommending the product to people anyway. So if you can make a living, or even at the time just an additional income stream, just from recommending something that you love to other people, that just made sense to me. And honestly, Scott, if that is all it had ever been, it still would have been worth it. Yeah. You know, £2 a month is £2,400 a year. It's a really good family holiday. It's a hell of a good Christmas. You know, it's a lot of money to take some stress out of your life, maybe pay your mortgage, pay your bills, whatever. So for a lot of people, that's what this is about. That's what this business is. And I always talk to people about taking some stress out of people's lives. This is, you know, really people's lives are very stressful. The heart attack rate goes up 30% every single Monday morning. Why is that? Because people are worried about money, they're worried about work, and we, you know, that it's not good enough. We can't accept that as being the future for our children. So even if I wasn't going to do it for me, I was doing it for Molly, Shay, and Charlotte. You know, that I want them to see that there's more to life than turn up, get paid, turn up, get paid, don't turn up, don't get paid. You want to go on holiday next week and you can't because bill's off that week. It's crap. It's just, I didn't want to look like that. So I was like, okay, well, if I could earn £200 a month, it'll pay for Christmas, because we never had the money. Every year we said we'll save for Christmas. We never did, right?
Thrift clubs.
Yeah, it was just, we just never did. There was always too much month at the end of the money, always. You know, we were really rich for 2 weeks, really poor for 2 weeks, like loads of people, right? Always waiting for payday all the time. Even though we had a nice house, you up your lifestyle as you up your income quite often. So I honestly, at the beginning, didn't realise what was possible. And then I started to meet some people who were earning maybe £2,000 a month. And I was like, well, hold on. If I can earn £200 a month, then I can earn double that or treble that or more than that, because it's simply just, it's a simple business. Recommend the product to some customers, recommend the business to people, help people to get healthy, help people to earn an addition. That's it, right? It's not really very complicated to do. And then within my first year, I was able to leave my full-time job. Like that's crazy. I was, you know, I had a 15-year career that I just walked away from at the end of my first year, because I was earning actually 3 times as much a month part-time doing this as I was in my full-time job that I'd spent 15 years career. That took me away from my family, away from my home. I wasn't a real parent in my mind. I was just a provider. I didn't know my kids, didn't know anything about who their friends were, what they like to do, nothing. And I was able to literally, through this business, despite people's skepticism, and I was literally like, I'm doing it anyway. So some people, you know, don't get it, and that's okay. But I would really say, like, don't criticize something that you don't know anything about. I was like, let's go and see, let's look into this, let's see what it is, let's talk to some people. And I really got to know that the more people you speak to, the more people you help, the more likely it is that you're going to build a business that's sustainable for the long term. And as I got going, and as I got to the end of my first year, obviously I earned all the bonuses, which is amazing, and I paid off all of our family debt. So we'd had debt for 10, 12 years since we got married. We paid off all of our debt with the bonuses from this company. And at that point, I remember saying to Mike, who wasn't in the business then, I retired him from his full-time job as well. So before we both turned 40, through this amazing company, we walked away from 2 six-figure incomes. And this is all, for the last 3.5 years, this is all we've done. So it's not full-time, but it's all we do. And honestly, there's not, people sometimes say to me, like, what's the secret? Like, the secret is consistency. The secret is desire. The secret is not talking yourself out of, or worse, allowing somebody else to talk you out of your passion, your vision, your goal, what you want. I was so clear. When I saw what was possible, when I saw that it was possible to be a millionaire, to earn £1 million in commission, I was like, I've never found anything where a normal person could do that before. You know, like football and money, that kind of thing. I was like, what? Yeah. I can do that. And honestly, at 36, 37 years of age, I started to dream again. I started to think, do you know what? Maybe, and we're surrounded, all of us, aren't we, by totally normal people living extraordinary lives. Like, just, and I really thought, well, why not me? What if? And I really, guys, if you're watching this, just think, what if I could do that too? What if this is for me? What if this is, like, you know, what if I could just do that too? Because do you know what? Even if it had taken me another 5 years, Scott, 5 years is coming anyway. So what else? If not this, then what? And if not now, then when? So for me, it's a massive honour, like, to have. But I'm really, my biggest proud thing isn't about earning £1 million in commission. The biggest proud thing is that I never gave up. I never got distracted. I never, you know, questioned it. I never doubted the company. I never doubted the product. I never doubted our team. We have an incredible team. That £1 million in commission isn't me. It's the incredible people that I get to work with. Everybody who puts an order on, every person who decides to get involved in the business. That's the tip. You decide, you're an adult, you're a grown-up, you decide what you want. You decide what this business can be for you. Whether it's £100 a month, £1 million in 4 years, that bit's up to you. But once you decide, stick to your guns, no matter who tries to distract you, who tries to drag you off to something else, who tries to really take your dream away from you. If you've got a dream, stick to it. And you know what? keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. And one day you will 100% reach whatever goal it is that you've got. And for me, this million thing has been a massive goal, not about the money, but about the rubber stamping of that dream that I had, which was that this would change our lives, and it definitely has.
And it's like from this call, just from this call, obviously I've known you for a while, but people maybe know you as well, or they've been invited onto the call. You can see just from your passion and your desire and your determination, you can see why you are that, you know, in that elite club, Millionaires Club. And it's, you know, like I said, I'm proud, and there's a lot of my team and your team on here that are proud of you, and you deserve it. You really do. And I think, you know, those females that may be listening in, network marketing has created more millionaires than any other industry, you know, and Emma's living proof of this. So I'm super proud of you, Emma, and you know, I want to follow in your footsteps. You inspire me every day. So massive well done. So finish off then. What's next for you? What's the future hold for network marketers, for the people in Juice Plus, you know, and for yourself?
The future holds being constantly interrupted by your kids, which is absolutely I couldn't be here without them. So I think the most important part of that question is, what's the future of this industry and this business? And honestly, we are, you know, scratching the surface of where this is going to be. You know, as an industry, this is, you know, it's life-changing for people. Every single day, hundreds of thousands of people are getting paid for doing what we do. Hundreds of thousands of people, not just in our company, but, you know, all over the world, not just in our country, not just this business model is giving people the opportunity to work from home, to work around the kids. That's the way the world is now. People need flexible hours. People need, you know, there isn't even a rush hour anymore. There's a rush day, because people
rush day, yeah, rush weeks,
right? So for me, I don't know. The future of the industry is huge, and there are people now sitting on the outside that are going, I'm not sure. And you know what, I respect that. I'm not sure. But I've said it to somebody, in fact, just today, and I was like, what's stopping you? Like, what else are you going to do that's going to give you an opportunity to earn an additional income, to create something, even if you just save it all up and stick it in the bank for the kids, whatever. What is stopping people is fear, usually, and you have nothing to be afraid of, especially, you know, the future for the Juice Plus company is huge, like huge. We are only in 27 out of countries of the whole world, right? So we've built an almost $1 billion business. We've built an almost $1 billion business from 27 countries. We're not even in Russia, China, India, you know, some of the biggest populated countries in the world. We're not even in them yet. But you bet your bottom dollar, give it time, those things are all going to come down the line. And I want to be at the forefront of this business when that happens, because the opportunity is just so massive. Good health is never going to go out of fashion. Your audience is everybody, from children to adults, fat people, thin people, tall people, short people, irrespective of what colour skin you've got. Everybody needs better nutrition, and we can help them with that. That's not going to go away. Health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. That's the next big thing, right? At the moment, it's a small, if you look at the supermarket, the fruit and veg aisle is one aisle and all the other crap is the rest of the shop. That's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're going to be here all the way through, helping people to make healthier choices. So the future of the company is, we're privileged enough sometimes to see what some of the plans are. We've got new product coming out that you're going to see soon that's just incredible. We've got so much planned for the future that I'm excited about. So I'm really excited about that. And the future for me, do you know what? I have a really clear vision about what I want to achieve. What I want to achieve is to help hundreds of thousands of people to achieve financial independence, to achieve something in their own lives that they're proud of, to give people an opportunity to be with their partner because they love their partner, not because they can't afford to leave, to be able to say yes to their kids, to be able to say, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can have a friend over for tea because mummy's not going to be at work, she's going to be at home. Yes, you can go on that holiday. Yes, you can have those. Yes, you can do opportunities. People say no to stuff all the time because they can't afford it or they don't have time. So I really have a vision of giving people, whether they choose to take it or not, Scott, you know, that's entirely down to each individual person. But for me, my job in the future and now is to provide people just with that opportunity, because I never want anyone to say to me, why didn't you tell me, like, you've got this amazing life, you've got all this time and you never thought to share it with me? So yeah, I'll share it with everything. But the most important part of what we do, I think, is building a future for whether you've got children or whether you don't is irrelevant. It's about building a future for the future generations, giving our children something to believe in, something to hang on to. You know, there's a lot of challenges in life and there's a lot of things going on, you know, politically and environmentally and blah, blah, blah. And that's not going to change. So I want to create an environment where my kids, your kids, everybody else's kids can go, do you know what? I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet. I'm not going to have a boss. I'm going to take control of my life. And that's what we do. And I never want my kids to look at me and say, do you know what? We could have had everything. Could have had it all. We could have had a lovely life. We could have had mum and dad at home. But you just couldn't be bothered. You were too scared, too lazy, didn't see what was possible and just gave up. And that's something that's kept me going. And that's something that I think, you know, if it's not this, that's fine. But go and find something that gives you that independence. But for me, it's this company, it's this industry, it's these people. And I have, you know, I can't imagine, I'm 40 now, in 40 years time, I'll be 80, I'll still be here. Recommending Juice Plus to people, recommending this business to people, because I absolutely love it from the bottom of my heart. And, you know, I get to work with people like you.
Yeah, yeah. And just to wrap up, Emma, like,
yeah,
it's been an incredible 4 years, hasn't it? I mean, you know, we've traveled the world together, you know, with the company, without the company. We've been to some cool places. We've done some cool shit. If we're going to be honest, we've helped loads of people. You know, we've had ups and downs, you know, and it's not been easy at times. And anyone that's listening and thinking that, you know, I'm going to be in the Millionaires Club, yeah, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to, you know, work for it, because Emma works her ass off every single day. So it has been a difficult journey, but one that's been bloody worth it, and one that's, you know, it's changed your life, changed my life, and, you know, it's changed lots of others. So again, hat off to you, Emma, because, like I said, one of the most inspirational women I've ever met. So determined, so motivated, so that can-do attitude. And, you know, if people on this call are not sure or not in the business, or maybe they're stuck, which I always hear all the time, hopefully this is helped and gives you a bit of a kick up the bum. And I just want to say, Emma, again, thanks so much, and just a massive congratulations, and just keep doing what you're doing, because with you in our business, with you leading the way, you know, with other great leaders as well, the future can only be great. And if you are a part of Emma's team, then, you know, you're lucky, really. So
one thing I would say, Scott, before we go, is just how proud I am. I'm not proud of, you know, I'm proud of a lot of things. I'm not saying I'm not proud of being part of the Millionaires Club. It's amazing, and I'm really honoured. But I'm proud of the company. I'm proud of what we stand for. I'm proud of the longevity that we've got. I'm proud of the people who've gone before us for the last 30 and 40 years, who built it when it was way harder than it is now. So are there challenges? Yes, of course there are. There are things that are challenging, but there's challenges in life anyway. So whatever you do, be really proud to be part of this company, be really proud to be part of an industry that's actually leading the way and giving people opportunity to take control of their own lives. And, you know, Scott's an amazing example of that. There are hundreds of thousands of us all over the world that are helping other people to take control of their own lives. So I'm incredibly proud of that. And the Millionaires Club is just a reflection of the number of people that we've helped over the past 4.5 years between us.
Exactly. And we're only, you know, we're only looking forward now, and we just want to make it bigger and better. And Team Rhino, we're back on the charge.
I can't wait.
The Rhinos are back on the charge, and, you know, everything's looking good. So again, thanks Emma for taking your time out this evening.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it so much, and everyone that's on the call, thanks for listening in. Have a great evening, Emma, and take care. Speak to you soon.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye, guys. Take care.